The debate between Islam and science is one of the biggest debates of recent times. Does science and Islam conflict, or Islam against science? Why does science not accept religions? Although it was discussed many times, unfortunately no conclusion could be reached. But do science and Islam really contradict each other? To understand this, let's first examine Islam and science separately, then see if they really contradict each other. The science. By observing the events and substances in the universe, it finds out what they are and at what state they occur. It examines the properties of the matters, its shapes and forms, and what substance will emerge when one substance and another substance come together. So science examines the order of the events and the properties of the matter and systems in the universe. It does this only by observation. It doesn't accept what it can't observe. But science never answers the question of how when explaining what events and substances are and the order of their occurrence. For example, science says atoms come together to form cells, cells come together to form tissues, tissues come together to form organs, organs come together to form systems, and systems come together to form human. There's no problem so far. Islam already accepted this. But the problem is that it doesn't explain how these atoms, which have no life, knowledge, will or power, come together to form a human being. So some scientists say that all these wonderful things happened by chance, or that atoms did them, or that nature did all these things. Now, let's look at Islam. Islam is a religion that introduces us to our Creator and informs us about Him. It's a religion that teaches us His names and attributes. It's a religion that advises us to constantly think and research. Islam repeatedly says, do you not reason, do you not think at all. It's a religion that directs us to think and reason. In fact, in the verse 191 of the chapter of Ali Imran, they always remember Allah while standing, sitting and lying down. They think about the creation of the heavens and the earth. We see in this verse, Islam directs us to constantly think and research. Now, can such a religion ever be against science? Can it stay away from it? Does it ever avoid investigating the universe that introduces us to our Lord? Of course, it won't avoid. Islam is at peace with science, which looks at the universe and studies and reveals the wonderful order, system, and astonishing us. Already this universe, we can say that it's a book that introduces us to our Lord. And all these sciences that examine the universe are the best religion lessons. Because religion introduces us to our Lord, and scientists are the best religions man. However, Islam is against the idea of science, which looks at the universe on the behalf of the universe and gives these extraordinary events to nature, atoms, and laws. Because Islam opens doors to minds and doesn't take away the will. The Qur'an opens doors to our minds by giving examples from everything from the baby in the womb to the bee, from the mountains to the sun, from the stars to the universe. So, an artistic work cannot be without an artist, a book cannot be without a clerk, a love cannot be without a lawgiver. Of course, a religion like Islam that appeals to minds will oppose a thought that insults the minds by giving this endless power, knowledge, wisdom, justice, order, and mercy to inanimate atoms, blind chance, and unconscious nature after examining all this universe. And here is the way of mind and logic presented to us by Islam, and the way to go by bankrupt from the mind that second science offers us. As a result, Islam is at peace with science, which explores the universe and reveals the works of our Lord, but is not and cannot be at peace with the idea of science, which gives all these things to chance, atoms, and nature.